I just like it because it's MJF. But no, if he loses, if he it was
And
MJF,
by the way,
I had to mention him. I don't have my scarf on tonight.
Fair.
no, you
I
don't
would
have your
like that with
scarf.
Dark Order.
You don't have your scarf, and on top of it, you don't have your scarf. I didn't hit record. I was too busy fucking with everything. I never hit. So we're now recording.
We're now recording for YouTube.
Yes, we're now recording.
Well, look, Facebook, you got an exclusive segment that will not be on YouTube.
And will probably never be seen again.
Sorry.
And for those of you on YouTube, you know, we're here. We're now, you know, we're live on Facebook. So this is new. Plus, we're recording for the show. You know, we're here with also Grandma Wendy, Evil Evan, and Dom, and myself, Bruce. We're here. We're talking. If you don't know what just happened when it came in, there was a great segment that'll be just on our Facebook page at Top Rope Wrestling Talk on Facebook. Publicly traded group.
So come find that. Group. Come find that Top Rope Wrestling Talk on Facebook. If you're not in our group, you'll be able to see what we were talking about. We'll be able to see the intro and everything that I fucking forgot about. I apologize.
Yeah, it's all good.
And all new. We're happy to be live on Facebook right now in our group with our you know, our homies.
it gets more of our YouTube followers to go to Facebook to see what we were talking about.
It would be even easier if I could see notifications, but that's okay. Because I see notifications popping up in the background on Facebook, and I'm like, are people asking us questions? But it won't.
Yeah, probably.
So I can't see shit.
Either that or Maddox was talking shit about the MJF mark.
I mean, if we get any questions or comments, somebody keep an eye out so we can, you know, maybe answer them midstream. Even if you got anything that's like not wrestling related that you want us to talk about, feel free to ask in the group, and one of us will check the notification and, you know, get it going on here. We'll have fun with it. I'm fine with that. Like,
this is kind of like a mix-in show. It's for everyone that don't know, this is two shows put in one. This is Drunk Upon a Time mixed with Top Rope Wrestling Talk. This is Drunk Upon a Top Rope.
Drunk Upon a Top Rope. That's correct. Because, you know, we'll talk about a lot of wrestling, but
first time ever.
First time
ever.
Yeah. What are we, WWE over here? Gotta, right? I guess you gotta do it. But now there was another question, and I can't fucking reach it. Here we go.
Underarms.
The question actually came from the man who, once again, we said had, excuse me.
Oh, good push.
Thank you. The greatest mullet in pro wrestling today, Brian Pillman Jr. He put it out on his Twitter, and he asked to list 3 current wrestlers that you look up to either as role models or respect.
I only need one.
We know.
No, you guys go before me. I do have the one, but I've got 2 more I got to think of.
I was just about to say, I'm going to open the floor to Grandma Wendy here, and I still can't see notifications. Why don't you give us 3 wrestlers that you look up to and or respect?
Well, for me, my number one will always be Chyna. You know, even post-wrestling career, she had a tumultuous couple of years, but during her wrestling time, she did some pretty impressive stuff, and
that's
amazing.
That's definitely a good one, but it's current.
Current.
They're current.
Okay.
Sorry.
You didn't specify.
I said it first, and then I didn't say it second. That's me. My bad. I'll drink for my shame.
Oh no!
Shame.
What a shame!
Shame.
I need a bell.
Shame.
A bell and a nun habit. Shame. Current.
Goes down smooth, y'all. I mean, shame.
Now I don't know. I feel so put on the spot.
No, that's cool. You give it a minute. Think. We'll come back. Evil Evan, you got anybody for us?
I guess number one would be like a easy choice. John Cena, of course, all the work that he's done. We've seen recently, even with the mask on, with the coronavirus out there, he's still granting the wishes. He's done so much for that company. You want to knock the 5 moves of doom? That's fine, because he's doing like 1,000 other moves
Yeah.
of generosity and kindness. And dude, you go to Walmart and this guy has like his own section of his own clothing, and he's just been marketed and branded. He's WWE all the way. He's there for the kids. He's doing Scooby-Doo movies. He's, doing Nickelodeon appearances. This guy is totally for the business, a company guy for the rest of his life, has done so much. And like I said, you don't want to respect what he does in the ring. You have to respect the man for what he does and his big fucking giant heart that he has.
Yeah.
That'll be my
Absolutely.
number 1. Number
Okay.
2 might be a little bit out there, outside the box. I am a Southern California native. You know that.
Of course.
So I'm going to have to give love for another Southern California legend. I'm going to say Joey Ryan. Okay.
Oh.
Hell
Okay.
yeah.
King
might
of Gong
not-
style. All right.
You might like the flips and the
Yep.
lollipop, the blow pop, all the cheesiness. But this man has started his own promotion over here in Southern California called Bar Wrestling. This guy
Right.
is
Shame.
in his own pocket. He flies the wrestlers in on his own dime. They stay at his place. They crash. Marco Stunt's doing 450s off his diving board, practicing before the day of the event. They're driving in together as a family. They're coming in. He treats them like if they're his brother and his sisters. They're not just workers. He's not booking them. He's calling them over to, hey, let's have a good time. These guys are outside after the show all time, hanging out, taking pictures, signing autographs, selling their merch.
Right.
Such great people. Joey Ryan will shake your hand. He'll answer any question you have. He's not hiding from anything. He's not hiding from anybody. Like I said, you don't respect what he does with his, dick flips. Cool. The man is making millions of dollars on merchandise doing one silly little move, and you can't hate the guy. Like I said, maybe
No.
I'm biased in Southern California, but I've seen the guy wrestle when he was coming out in a Harry Potter robe called the Technical Wizard. So I know the guy has it in it to wrestle, but if you're going to get paid to do a spot,
Mhm.
can you blame the guy? So, I got
No.
a little bit of respect for that guy. That would be my number 2. That definitely, I think, like I said, he not only
Okay.
is profiting from the business, but he's now giving back by throwing these shows for us. And they're dirt cheap, $20. Dude, I saw Cody Rhodes for $20. I see a
Wow.
Pentagon, $20. You know what I mean? Like, you can't beat that price. And like I said, they're all hanging out. I'm high-fiving them. I got pictures with Nance Warner, Priscilla Kelly. All of them had beers with Teddy Hart. It's a great
Asshole.
atmosphere that he has formed down here in Southern California.
Hater.
So I
Right.
gotta respect that.
Teddy Hart?
Number
Asshole.
3. Number 3.
Whoa, good push.
Respect
Again.
in the business. I guess maybe David Starr. His whole,
Oh, yeah. That's my boy.
form of union, independent business, totally looking out for the workers. I respect that. I haven't really seen too much of his work, but I like I said, he's fighting for the boys, he's fighting for the girls, for the locker room, and I respect that.
Mm.
I totally
No,
dig
I
that.
hear you. I love David Starr. Every time I hear him, every time I hear his name, I just think Philly.
He has hate
No,
for
that's
WWE, which I get,
That's such
but
a good dude too. I mean, you
Yeah.
had some great
Can't blame the
picks.
guy.
I mean, I wouldn't knock Joey Ryan because I fucking love him. Like
Can't
we've
knock
said
Joey
that.
Ryan.
We've said that on previous episodes. Like, why would you not want to get paid to have people grabbing your dick or to have fans like
Wendy
women
had an opportunity
running up
and
to you and
turned it
saying,
down
"Yo,
because
let
her
me grab
husband was
that."
there.
I think she just turned it down because she was afraid.
She didn't want to feel
was
the
like,
power.
What
I-
if it's real?
I was overwhelmed by it. I was just like, oh,
It's not a
that's a lot.
sock.
That's a lot right there. Cool.
she'd turn to stone like a Medusa. Like,
Yeah, I
Right,
was worried
just-
about that. I was
Power.
Sitting there,
I don't know if I
she's
wanna
sitting there
risk
like,
it.
I'm gonna do it, and in the back of her head, you hear, "Kayfabe exists," and she was just like,
Courtney's voice. I was like, Courtney,
"It's real to me," because I don't think her husband would mind. I got to know Jose a little bit.
no, he would not. He would not mind at all.
He'd
He'd probably laugh.
He
he took-
actually was like,
he'd have taken the picture. Just
grab
get
him.
over there.
Yeah. He'd be hashtagging fucking Grandma Wendy Blow Popper.
Now that's a picture to bring home to your mom right there.
right?
Yeah, there's
Mama
a
B would
picture
be
you
amused.
frame and put
She'd
on
be
the
proud.
mantle.
She would. She would. Mama B would be
Right.
proud of that.
Mom would be very proud.
And make another copy to put on your desk at work.
Right?
Even though Wendy works in a place where that shouldn't probably be, you bring it anyway.
Nah, they're pretty cool about that.
Mm. Okay, well that's good to know. Now if I had to come up with 3, Dustin Rhodes has got to be one of them. I mean, I looked up to him since I was a little psycho, and he's also holy shit.
Found him.
That was scary. Jose just photo bombed us like
That was live on Facebook, by the way.
Hi, Jose. But yeah, I
Live
mean,
on Facebook,
it's
just FYI. He's just like,
I'm still trying to get my heart back to being normal. That shit was like,
I know.
I
What
thought
else
it was
can go
House
wrong
of
while
a
we're trying
Thousand
something
Corpses
new?
style, like
Straight up,
fucking-
his
Oh,
face came
man.
right out of the background, like you didn't see it, and it just comes right out of the background.
Right?
I
Like,
thought
what
it was-
else can go
I thought
wrong?
it was like,
But yeah, I
I
mean,
thought it was like the Ring. He was gonna start climbing out of my screen,
All right.
coming to get me.
everybody, take a breath. Woosa, woosa.
All right, Dom, what do you got?
Mellow.
So, like I was saying, Dustin Rhodes would probably be my first because I've looked up to him since I was a teeny tiny psycho, and he's always been, great dude. And even when he had his struggles, now, I proudly rock his Keep Steppin' T-shirt. He's definitely somebody you could look up to in the business and respect, and he's current, so I'm going with that. His old tag team partner, R-Truth, I idolize that man. I idolize that man for not only what he's done in the community, but what he's done in wrestling, because he doesn't mind being a joke, but the guy at the same time is intelligent as fuck. He keeps himself over. He does everything the right way. If you want to look up to somebody in wrestling, R-Truth's your dude, man. He's a 39 times 48-7, 24-11 Intercontinental European Television TV 24/7 champ by now.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a
Yeah,
guy.
you stretched that shit out.
I really did. I was trying.
I think you added some extras in there.
I need a drink after all that. I'm dry.
And he's a Highlander. He's immortal.
That too.
Same age as my mom, but he doesn't look it. I'm like, Jesus.
I know. He looks younger than me, and he's like
He really
48.
does.
No, he's like 50, bro. He's already 50.
Over 50.
Yeah, he's in his
Yeah, he's in
50s.
his 50s.
Is he?
He looks
I
younger
thought-
than all of us.
Wait,
I
there's a
seriously
picture
thought
of
he was
him
like
with
he was-
Tupac. He was already old.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's another thing. You got to meet Tupac. You got to look up to him for that.
And he had
At least
that
I
cool,
do.
he had that cool Gumby fade in that picture too. Respect to that.
Yeah. He does. He does.
And you know what?
The high chocolate kid play style.
And you know what? I'm going to be a little silly, but at the same time, just, deal with him on Twitter, seeing him in rings, seeing some of the stuff that he does. When I grow up, I want to be like Alex Hammerstone, just buff as a motherfucker.
With that hair.
And able to lay down wicked licks on a guitar and draw and do all this stuff. Like, he's not just a wrestler. Like, this dude's like, he's
Talented.
a Renaissance man. I swear to God.
And in his bathroom, he has a sign that says "Live, Love, Yeet." Like right there, made me love.
There's somebody you could look up to. That's
right,
all.
right. Live, love, yeet. Just
All right.
So, yeah, that would be my 3. I didn't want to do all old timers currently, or I might have said Undertaker and piss Bruce off. No.
So here, the 3 that I got, like Evan, you took my first one. I'm sitting here looking at a picture of John Cena because I'm in my kids' room.
Yeah, that's right. That was a
Gotta-
slam dunk.
Dude, that's a slam dunk, bro.
I mean, I'll
that's a
be
slam
honest.
dunk for anybody.
I'll be
Um,
honest, bro. I don't like John Cena, but I respect the living fucking hell out of him.
Look, one of the ones, one of the people, the top 3 that I got a lot of respect for right now, and hands down, is Cody Rhodes. He actually does do a lot of stuff outside of wrestling with just like John Cena, but not to the same scale. But he does that for AEW.
It's like, how we said we were lawsuit proof because we're so broke? Cody is like hate proof because of all he does. It's like, how do you hate this guy when he's like bringing kids in the ring and letting them pin him, or going
Yeah.
out into the communities before COVID, or doing all this stuff? It's so hard to
You
fucking
can't-
hate this guy.
Constantly see him on Twitter. People reply to him, "Oh, I lost my job. I was hoping to go." And he's like, "Then DM me, man. I'll send you some tickets." He's
Yep.
Right.
always
He's like, I got you.
I'll get you a job at AEW. I
Yeah.
got some stroke around here,
just a
he's
little.
got Rhodes humility, which is fantastic.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Dustin too.
Um,
Fucking talent.
my number 2 current, man, I'd have to go with The Miz, because he does do a lot of stuff outside as well, and he's
True.
obviously we've seen he's a damn good dad.
Yeah, he does so many appearances for that company. He's always like at Cricket Wireless. I see him advertising everywhere. Yeah, I give respect to that guy. He does a lot for that company.
And listen, the man that does the most for the people outside this ring and inside the ring and anywhere he goes is the dude's a legend. He's the best. MJF.
Of course. I knew it was coming.
Jose,
I knew it was fucking
Jose
coming.
just shaking his head. The dude's a legend, man. How can he not?
He looks like a duck character.
Listen. When you can sit there and flip off a 9-year-old during autograph signings, dude,
I mean,
that makes
you an asshole. But
dude, he signed some chick's picture and it said "to whore" from MJF. Come on, dude, he's the best.
But legend though,
We're on Facebook.
I wouldn't give him legend. I would give him
legend.
Is bringing back that. Bringing back that kayfabe vibe, like, you know, bringing like the I want to hate him, but you know he's doing his job. Like he's really good at being that character.
Right?
Yes.
No, he's
the only person.
That's another thing. MJF tweeted something out, or no, he tweeted a response to this question on Twitter to Brian Pillman Jr. and he put his name 3 times, just MJF, MJF, MJF.
He knows.
And Brian Pillman responded and said, "You are a legit asshole. Don't you ever turn face in life."
Like, yeah.
He did the Dylon. I spit hot.
Because I spit hot fire.
Oh shit! I think I figured out my 3.
Oh damn! I forgot you hadn't even gone yet.
I also
Yeah,
look up to
You the skip
I
card.
also look up to
that's right.
Santana and Ortiz because they taught me about a little bit of the 40.
And the
They need to
Chavo.
leave the inner circle.
They're teaching kids everywhere across America about the chancla.
And a little bit of the 40. They're role models.
They are. They
Look up
really
to
are.
them.
You know, I'm just happy that they're like showing that Puerto Ricans don't wear oversized shirts and just talk about reggaeton. Very happy.
They're Puerto Rican over here, reggaeton.
Reggaeton.
Jose's just like, I'm just so happy.
I'm just so happy.
Oh, wow.
To see someone that's not like, you know, not stereotype. Just I see them when I go back home. I'm like, oh, you know, I see them all the time.
It's because they're not in WWE.
Yo,
Yeah.
I gotta say, I'm so glad. I gotta break in to say I'm so glad somebody is actually watching this live because we got our first comment from someone that isn't on the show, and it's
Thank you for following along.
from-
Hey, Philippe.
from Philip Jean Pierre. I'm sorry if I'm shitting on your name. I don't know how, but he says
Yeah.
we were talking about how Cody is hate proof. He's like, I can hate on anyone, no matter how adorable, even Cody.
Cody.
Okay, that was funny. I'll give you that one.
You know
Oh,
Wendy's
wait.
gonna have Marco in there.
like Mr.
Oh, no, not after that.
Mr. Jean Pierre. I gotta say,
That church lady burn he got.
Well, no, he handed out that church lady burn.
Satan.
MJF was like, I hope your God. And MJF was like, my God, or not MJF, Marco was like, my God doesn't care about you.
No, MJF said.
No, you reversed it.
No, MJF said the church lady.
Yeah, he said.
No, didn't
yeah,
MJF
no,
say like,
he
your,
said-
I hope your
no.
God.
Don't you know not to get in a couple fights?
Did he?
Yeah, MJF.
Yeah, my
had
bad.
I hope you find peace.
I've been
with your God.
watching.
Let's get ready to rumble.
I was like, my God.
Yeah,
Look,
no,
you know what we need to do? We just need to have Jose and Wendy go back and forth, and us 3 can do a reaction show. Have you watched the other 3 for the reaction for the 2 in the corner?
Right, we could just do the
Here we go. I still have it saved.
three-way.
MJF tweeted out, wherever you are, Marco, I hope you make peace with God. Good night. And then Marco tweeted out, bitch, shut up. You're not that big, you're not that tough, and you really aren't that good. You need a
Wow.
to follow you around and hand you a ring that has no significance other than to make you feel better about yourself because my God knows no one else cares.
Yeah, MJF.
Oh.
MJF. Yeah,
For a
MJF.
little-
When you say find peace, and then you come off as the person that just breaks and goes, well, all you need is a mute to follow. You lost. You're like, it's like, oh,
Yeah, you're done.
You're done.
Like, damn, the
Look, and this
biggest.
is coming from someone that doesn't like MJF. Like, I like Marco.
But you know, they say the biggest thing on Marco Stone is his heart. I think it's his damn mouth, because just
Now, like, just think about this. How because you think about when they have these Twitter beefs, like, was Marco and MJF like literally in the same room just doing that? Do you like, because you know that shit happens.
that would be funny if they were in like the same Zoom.
I don't know.
What are
you gonna say, bro? Okay.
I like to imagine that everyone's kayfabe, like everyone's just
Absolutely.
messing, and then that Marco, he tries to do it, but he gets in his feelings, like, you know, that picked on being short,
Because he's little.
and he just like
Well,
snaps.
we don't, but Wendy
We
would.
don't, but we see it. Like we get.
Wendy would know.
Oh,
We- oh.
She little. I love her, but she little.
The runs of the litter. So.
but you know, I feel like it's like, oh yeah, no, I'm joking. Screw you. It's like, oh,
You know what? Fuck you, man.
I don't have to take your shit no more. I'm going home.
I'm an adult.
I'm old enough to drink, man.
Oh man, we're
The
getting
Corey just rips it. I just.
we're getting more comments from Mr. Jean Pierre. He said Marco versus MJF really is a recreation of an 80s high school movie about fighting a bully.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna get big one day. I'm drinking
karate.
milk.
It's the first half of Karate Kid.
Yes.
Yeah, but Daniel was the bully.
Daniel was, but it's like it's the same. It's like Marco is like, "What are you doing, Marco?" Like
Yeah.
he wasn't even. He's an asshole, but he wasn't looking for you. And Marco's like, "Yeah, but,
Marco's like, I'm gonna pick a fight.
but I'm gonna
I'm gonna
prank
do it."
him. I'm gonna prank him." And it's like prank.
That's
Yeah, I don't have your back. I'm not even here. I'm over here at the snack stand.
I want to see like the backstage skit where like Marco Stunt like sneaks into MJF's locker room and like steals the scarf, like 80s movie, you know, like steal the mascot, and he has like the scarf on a pole on the flagpole or something. And then like, damn you, Marco's like, right?
You gotta hang it from the rafters in the arena.
Yeah,
Nerds!
exactly. Word low, throw it.
Him and MJF are in the ring, and Marco just goes like this. And MJF's all pissed because he sees a scarf hanging from the rafters, and he can't get it.
He gets the scarf and puts like icy hot or some shit, so MJF is like scratching and burns the whole time.
Oh,
Listen,
Then
listen.
you know what we got to do? We got to see Jurassic Express do Lambda the rap.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
We're lambda, and Omega Moo.
I mean, yeah. Marco's starting the little Elvis outfit, he was in his outfit, and then the violin, dude, we got.
That'll be their intro like what?
Oh, that would be such good.
Double or nothing. I want to see the.
Like,
I want
let's
to
go
put
back.
down the entrance at Double or Nothing.
You
That
got
would
Jungle Boys playing the violin. Luchasaurus is on the friggin' piano keyboard.
Luchasaurus and Jungle
While,
Boy on the-
while Marco's got the keyboard hanging around his neck when he's
Yes.
singing.
Oh my God! I would
That'd
buy
be amazing.
the out of that DVD.
I was just about to say, since we can kind of keep this as a free for all, what 80s movie would you equate it to? But I guess Nerds works.
Nerds work.
Yes.
Except,
mean,
you know,
I know Marco's little, and like Michael J. Fox was kind of little, so Teen Wolf maybe.
Oh, as if it's a solo kind of run.
Yeah, you know,
Yeah,
if it's
okay.
just
But
Marco.
because he's Jurassic Express, we have to do the Lambda.
Because you know, Michael J. Fox, even love him, but as a grown man, he was like 5'6".
Even now he's.
He makes
Even now,
Tom.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Michael J. Fox makes Tom Cruise look like Andre the Giant. He's little. Oh god, I can't get over the Nerds thing. Like now, I want to look it up, play it on the show.
Michael J. Fox is 5'4".
Oh,
Get it
I was
right,
giving him
bro.
credit.
Take one
My
down.
bad. Damn, he's my wife's size. Wow.
The
He's
stat
got
lady
4
is
more inches
on
than
point.
I
Stat girl is on her shit tonight.
do.
I toast to you. Here we go.
Yeah,
If we're gonna go on,
Oh.
if we're going on,
Yeah,
if
this
we're going
phone
on
has
80s movie,
I might
80s
need some
movie
of that later.
tangent, 80s movie tangents. Michael J. Fox. How creepy as hell is it that whole Back to the Future was like a movie based on incest? So we kind of just like laughed it off, like, haha, she wanted to bone her son.
Oh wait,
Oh, you just
now that you brought that
the
up,
best movie ever.
now that you brought that up, did you notice like the biggest movies back in the day had like incesty stuff in it, like Michael J. Fox go and his mom trying to get on him?
Stop
Or-
ruining one of my favorite movies.
Or how about
The thing is, it's not even the incest part. It's,
brother and sister kissing for luck in a certain movie?
That was kind of weird.
that is the
Yeah.
weird
Well,
part.
the
He went
the
back in
thing
time
is,
to check his mom out. He
You
was
can't
like,
you can't hold that against Luke because he had no idea.
Yeah, he
Oh, I
didn't
know,
know.
The
but
funny
then it
thing
was
is,
that time that they
originally they
boned,
didn't-
and you know that.
Whoa.
the original, they weren't even
didn't
going to
see.
be brother and sister.
You know, Luke was the first one to see her in that slave bikini. You know it.
That was a very confusing time for me.
Search your feelings,
Yeah.
Princessa. You
Yeah,
know it
that's
to be
amazing.
true.
You guys are killing my favorite movies.
I love them too, man. They're
You
just
hate
jokes.
like why are you doing this to me tonight?
Come on, Denver.
Hey, Star Wars Species
Oh no, he's all up in his
all
feelings.
gave
I
me
apologize.
awkward boners as a kid.
Yeah.
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 Look,
The
since we're on,
Twi'leks with the Twi'leks with the two hair thingy. I was just like,
Yo,
Yeah.
since
I think we
visual,
mentioned it.
I was like, oh,
I think we mentioned
Okay.
it on Drunk Upon a Time, but I got Kathy to dress up as Princess Leia, so I crossed that shit off my bucket list.
so since we're on the topic of movies,
Okay.
one of my all-time favorite friggin' movies, and the thing is I'm wondering if any of you guys have seen it, is the Boondock Saints.
Yeah.
Of course we've all seen it.
Oh yeah, it's a great movie.
Evan, you've never seen it?
You
Dude,
gotta see it.
watch the Boondock Saints, dude. It's
Great fucking movie.
I
I
can't
was
even
hoping
think
you
of
were gonna say. I was hoping you were gonna say up.
up. no, it's definitely the Boondock Saints, but no, the Boondock Saints. It has Norman Reedus in it, and what the hell, the guy that played Green Goblin?
Oh, Willem Dafoe.
William
Dafoe.
Dafoe.
Yeah, William Dafoe in
He
it.
plays,
Willem.
he plays a cross-dressing FBI agent.
Yes,
It's a great movie.
I know what I'm watching later tonight. Then, right on.
Boondock Saints, dude. You're gonna
Yeah.
love it.
Don't watch the
I'll
sequel.
find it.
Yeah, the
No, the second
Oh.
one was bad.
If
I like
I
to pretend they never did that.
and we might do a little bit more of this, but just because there's been lately I've been playing this song before we get onto a show, and people have no idea what it is, and it really bothers me because it's one of my favorite movies. So if I were to play this song, can everybody almost instantly tell me what movie it's from?
Oh, Rexy, you're so sexy.
Empire
Empire Records.
Oh, Rexy.
Say
Dude.
no.
Every time I have a bad day, I go, it can't happen. Not like this.
You know what?
Not on Rex Manning Day.
Because of that movie, I used to work in a mall, right? So I went outside. I literally glued quarters down, just like in that movie. I watched-
Oh, like
walk by.
AJ
I'm trying to pick him
Yeah,
up.
I watched people walk by with fucking credit cards trying to scrape up three
trying to
quarters.
scrape this. No,
Like,
And he spent
I'll
like
be.
10 minutes on
I'll take that a
75
step.
cents.
I'll take that a
Yeah,
step
that
further.
movie's classic.
When that movie came out, I was working at a Sam Goody in a mall, and I was dating a girl there whose real name was Barbie. And I actually got her to put on the Goody apron and nothing else after we closed. It was great. Welcome to Music Town. How may I service you? I was like, let me see.
Tom just has a movie fat. Like,
I do, man. I'm not gonna lie. I got a movie bucket list of shit I gotta cross off, and that was one of them. And it was like, check.
I like how the other half of us are like, chains, chicks with leather that talk about sweet delights and pain, and he's over here like, nah, man, sexy Rexy.
Yes, you can keep that 50 Shades of Grey shit for yourself. I want somebody in a Music Town fucking apron or Princess Leia bikini or something.
Like
Black
it's
Widow outfit. Fine.
You don't like choking somebody out while saying some weird like Victorian poetry.
I may or may not have had Kathy on a chain that night saying Jawa Wookie. I'm not gonna confirm or deny.
We know who's the
Bruce looks
dominant
mildly
one.
traumatized.
and
what's
Dom
my
was
name?
dressed.
Dom. in case for the future of this auto asphyxiation adventure you're going on, have a spotter, please, for us.
Have a spot.
No, I'll be honest. I can't remember. Wasn't it like the lead singer from like NXS that died doing that, like back in the
This is
80s?
the guy from Kung Fu.
He was trying. Yeah, he was trying to like put the belt on.
Yeah, no, you need a spotter, my man. You need a friend.
I don't care, spotter or not. Not
No,
doing it.
you need a
Not
Joe
gonna
Bud
happen.
right there, man. That's the only time you need a Joe Bud. Is
Yep.
Not just it. You know what? You know what else is even more effective? Just not fucking doing it.
hey,
Not gonna happen.
hey,
Here's look. You notice the one that's denying it the most is probably the one that's done it.
Oh, this is
he
not.
saw the
Oh,
light. That's why.
all
he's
right.
like, no,
First
I'm not
off-
doing it. He saw
first
the light.
Ooh, close,
first off, we're not 8,
He's-
and
he's
secondly, this is not a
Not it.
fart. Okay, it's not like whoever smelled it does it.
Like, that's just a Tuesday morning for me.
Hey,
I let go while he was doing the
Thursday.
out of fish. He was like,
That's how I get ready for an episode of Top Rope Wrestling Talk. Put the belt on, get my groove on with hand sanitizer, by the way.
and
He's got
as
his
he was laying there,
He's got his
like,
NWA title tied around his neck.
Sweet Charlotte wouldn't let me die.
and then as he's there, like laying with sweat, like he's like Demolition Man. That's
After he comes out of the cryogenics.
Yep, Mr. Jean Pierre is still following along, and he said yes.
never again, never again.
Keith Carradine died in a closet choking himself to get off. That
Yeah.
was the guy from Kung Fu.
David Carradine.
the Kung Fu guy, yeah.
Spotters are
Keith
Oh my
David,
God.
something like that.
I'm
David
fucking
Carradine,
dying
that was
over here.
Yeah.
So glad you're here, baby. So glad.
So glad we have one viewer. No, if you are watching, please feel free to drop a comment,
I think
ask a
an
question. It
extra
doesn't
person-
have to be about wrestling.
They were like auto asphyxiation. I'm out.
So David Carradine.
Yeah, we probably got up to like 20, and then we started talking about David Carradine choking himself out while he's rubbing one out.
You know, it's one of
John
those.
Philippe's like, ooh, this is interesting. I'm going to keep watching.
What's coming
He's a great
next?
actor.
Ooh, I'm intrigued.
Hey, you can be a great actor. Be the guy that did Kung Fu. Kill Bill. Hey, all known for is the guy that died in the closet choking himself out while jerking.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
That's very true.
That's true.
Figure 3.
No.
I know we had-
We got off
and
track.
I got way into it.
Now, I do want to kind of try to get back on track a little bit because I know
We went from
had
we went from wrestling we respect to celebrities who are fucking dying. What a segue! Did you?
can we
He goes
get
from choking your chicken in the closet with a belt to wrestling.
can we
That's
get the Undertaker in here because I'm pretty sure there's some dead motherfucker.
No, Wendy, tell us,
Dying in
tell us,
closet.
Wendy, who do you respect?
Yeah, who do you respect in wrestling? Well, John
Did Wendy-
Cena's the greatest. Hey, do you remember that guy that choked himself out in the
Did,
closet?
Did Wendy even give us all 3 yet?
No.
No.
She gave us, I don't even think she gave us one. We started talking about Marco Stunt, the movies, and then
It
choking
just-
yourself out in the closet.
She was like,
See how
she
this
was
shit
like a belt. She was
derails
like,
and we can just
hey,
do
I
whatever
thought
we
of my
want?
3, and then we
And
went.
then we derailed into
This is why we
Right.
keep to
We went
one
from
topic,
incest-
by the way.
We went from incest to choking yourself out while masturbating.
Right? I don't know how we got there,
Oh
but
my
we got
God.
there.
Oh my God. Oh, fuck.
yeah.
Robert wants to join. I wouldn't know how to help you join in on this, or I would totally.
Hey,
But you can comment along, Robert. We're fine with that.
Oh, just bring up, really, man? Just
We're
bring a
fine with
belt?
that. Talk some wrestling. Shout out some kung
Speaking
fu
of which,
movies. We've
how
probably seen them.
how about that time Daniel Bryan got fired for choking Justin Roberts in the thigh? I don't know. I'm trying to say this shit. I'm trying.
Hey, that's wrestling related. Back to Wendy's 3
Evan's trying to
wrestlers.
bring it back to wrestling. Evan's doing his best to keep us on track.
I mean, it went from wrestling to nerds to Teen Wolf to
So how-
Empire Records
So
to
do people
choking.
ever see Lucha Underground again? I don't know.
So
I'm
Wendy,
personally blaming Jose, but Wendy, what are the
so
3
Wendy, what are your top 3 wrestlers that you respect in modern day wrestling?
and look up to?
Reeling it back. I can't even.
No.
Whew, whew.
Center.
Oh yeah,
Center.
you're right. DDP is one of he started his career at 35 and he continues and
I guess he's still technically
DDP
current.
yoga,
He had a
helping
match
some
recently.
people. Huh?
He had a match recently, so he's current.
We'll give that one to you. We'll let it
I
slide.
would have taken it
Wait,
anyways.
did we just get an
Fine,
announcement
anyway.
from the Raw general manager? What happened there? Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Did he?
No, that was actually Hammerstone tweeting.
Oh shit. We got hammer time in the middle of the show. If he said anything good, fuck it, we'll use it.
Something about someone in WWE.
It's always that, isn't
But-
it? Number 2, Matt Cross. Every time he goes in there, you can see his passion and his love.
Yeah.
And even when he's out of the ring, you can see that he definitely loves what he does. And
Yes, I love that.
he's
dude.
such a wonderful, generous,
Oh,
kind
dude, he is
person.
super nice.
He's the sweetest thing,
Really?
like sweet enough to give you diabetes. He's
Wow. That's
cool.
pretty sweet.
That's
He's
sweet as
really
hell.
fucking sweet. And then last but not least, I'm gonna give it up to indie darling Alley Cat because that bitch can go hard.
Wow.
She's adorable.
I
and
thought-
she's doing a fucking
I
death
seriously,
match,
I
eating and
thought
shit.
one of her three. No, that's true. I thought one of her three was going to be Pineapple Pete. I really
did
did, or
too.
Suge, because she
No,
didn't get a chance
Pineapple
to.
Pete's a
I
stupid
give him a
idiot.
lot of love.
She didn't give it, but she didn't get a chance to talk about him on Thursday. We totally skipped past that. Never even gave her the opportunity. So I
No,
thought,
we
this
didn't
is
talk
your
about that
moment,
match.
You know? All right, Wendy. I know you wanted to talk about Suge. Let all the
Pineapple
feels
Pete.
out.
Oh man. Sorry, I got distracted by Philippe. Yes, DDP is great. When he owned a bar, he would guest bounce. Yes, he would.
Yes, he would.
He
The
also
man taught
us
himself how to read. Okay, he did it on his fucking own. That's a self-made man right there. Okay, stop
Yeah.
with me.
Self high five.
I do that when I have no one to high five and I'm excited about things. Yeah.
I do that too. It's like, where's Kathy? No, fuck.
I just do the fist
about?
pump. You talking about no, not like this, like this.
This?
Yeah.
Oh, it's Brucey's turn.
Oh
Are you
shit.
doing it right?
Evan's like, what the fuck's going on?
No.
you just.
He's
you
waiting
just
to
hear
talk
me?
about
And you know-
wrestling.
I'm doing this right.
I gotta be honest. You know what you hear in the background while Brucey's doing this? You just hear.
So
Derailing.
All right, we're derailing again.
And it's fun.
Go for it.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Give us all your feels and your.
your
takes.
Suge D Jericho match, or should I say Pineapple Pete and
I'm just
Jericho
Suge
match
D.
feels.
I'm just
Oh,
It's
Suge in
Pineapple
general.
Pete.
A
He has a
better
Pineapple
match.
Pete T-shirt out. It's Pineapple Pete.
I wish they would have given Suge Dunkerton and Chris Jericho a better match than what they did.
Speak of
It
another.
looked like they were gonna, and then
Right?
it just
Suge D
ended.
is like the kindest thing
He's awesome.
ever. I love him.
Aw.
So sweet and incredible and just so full of life and vivacious and fun. Watching him wrestle at Nova Pro was honestly some of the funnest matches. And then they put him up against John Grisham once.
Yeah.
And watching John Grisham live is hard for me. Even
Really?
though he's great, he's kind of dull. But when they showed D in there with him, it was like he made it lively and fun. And I just wish they would have given him a chance to show that against Jericho. Like, it would have been so fantastic and just such a wonderful match had they actually allowed it to be what it should have been, in my opinion. But
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
I was
And no,
proud.
also, by the way, if Bruce is feeling really freaky, he just literally sits there like,
Bro.
But no, in all seriousness, Wendy, have you been drinking from the bourbon banana tonight? Because everyone you've talked about is so sweet.
oh.
Surprise, surprise.
But no, listen.
Years, but
Back to the Suge Knight
Suge Knight.
Pineapple Pete.
Knight is not the sweetest person.
Not at
he's
all.
Not at all.
Not at all.
No,
Back to the
fuck that
Pineapple
guy.
Pete.
In fact, if you
Chris
call
Jericho.
him sweet, he will fucking kill you.
So back to Pineapple Pete and Jericho. It goes back to something we talked about Thursday night because we brought up Sean Waltman, the 1-2-3 Kid.
Right.
What if AEW setting up Pineapple Pete to be their
1-2-3 Kid?
1-2-3 Kid? Have
Be happy.
lose to Jericho like 2 or 3 times, and then
Get that
comes
big
out,
win.
gets that big surprise roll up win on him, and then
That would be legit. I'd be all about it.
I'd be happy with it.
explodes.
Hard.
I like the guy. I'll tell you, so there's
He's
another
actually
guy.
already blown up because of Jericho.
There's another guy that
And
I
he
got
got
to
squashed.
meet. There's another guy that I got to meet years ago, and he was the coolest dude. And I'm trying to get him on this show, and that is the Neon Ninja Facade. That dude is fucking amazing in the ring. And when you talk to him, he's genuine. He's cool. He's real. I don't know about sweet, but he's
Sweetest
a
guy ever.
really good dude. And
Why isn't
and
everybody so sweet?
Everyone,
There are
Please.
assholes out there.
I
I've met plenty of
I gotta
assholes.
go. I gotta break. I gotta
I'm
break a
only talking
little.
about assholes.
I gotta break
You're
a
the
little.
sweetest asshole.
I got to break a little news to you guys because I've emailed a bunch of wrestlers about doing interviews, and I emailed him, and he got back to me like 2 days ago. He was like, "I'd be down. What time? When do you want to do it?" I'm like, "Oh."
Yeah. Hell
So
yeah.
I gave him our schedule. I said we're flexible. Please, if it doesn't work for you, tell me when, and we will work it the fuck out somehow. So I'm hoping one of these days we can just start the show with.
Come on. Oh.
Go, 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 go.
Go ninja, go ninja, go
I'll take
ninja,
it,
go
dude. I'll take it. Yo, we're the Green Machine, and we're coming back. I'll take it, dude. Yeah.
Also,
I love
also,
that
my kid.
motherfucker.
great part about that scene. Kevin
Yeah,
Nash.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Kevin Nash.
Kevin
Yeah.
Nash is Super Shredder.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
Kevin Nash been in a lot of movies.
Dude, that was back when he was still
Oh,
Diesel.
to answer your question, Philippe, it's water.
Water.
Water? What? What did I miss?
Water. He asked, "Is Wendy drinking a handle of gin, vodka, or
Oh no, that would be water.
water?"
I'm from PA, so it's water.
I'm from Maine. It's water.
It's water.
Water.
What?
The water is in the room.
Yes. But no, this is actually legit water, like a tanker.
I do love Philip though. Damn, I miss my shake weight now. All of a sudden, I have a Deadpool moment. It's more shake weighty.
It's all about endurance,
Hey, but you know what?
especially when you're on page 24.
Mm-hmm.
If I could jump on that feeling train that Wendy was taking us on with all that feel,
Please
it
do.
kind of ties into respecting wrestlers, so it's, it makes sense. How about my boy SoCal as well? Jake Atlas making his way into
Yeah.
NXT, that cruiserweight.
Yes.
They've mentioned. I noticed they've been mentioning how he's breaking barriers and he's
Right.
facing opposition without outright mentioning he's gay.
He's
or
gay.
He's gay. I mean, I love.
He's
the
gayer
guy.
than my brother.
Yeah, I mean, I'll admit, he's handsome as hell. I get it, man. I get.
Because you see my brother, and you see big fat guy with tattoos. You're like, he's gay, but you see Jake
Yeah.
Atlas, and he is. I don't know any other way to say it. And I'm
He's a
not
handsome
trying to be
motherfucker.
disrespectful here, but Jake Atlas is like, I know, right? Jake Atlas is like openly gay. He's just, you know it when you look.
Just
And that's
thank-
cool.
Yeah, Effie's gay.
Just-
Yeah, total
Yeah, the day
respect
is
for that
long,
guy,
but
though. You know
he
what I mean?
Yeah,
I've seen him over
Effie's a,
here.
Effie's the same way, maybe even worse.
Thank God they didn't
It's
put.
so cool too.
Thank
Very.
God they didn't put Atlas with Velveteen Dream and make him a freaking tag team.
Make
Yeah.
some
No.
yeah.
If anything,
God.
but then they stuck Dexter Loomis with him. What was that about? Like flamboyant guy was creepy motherfucker.
You know what it is? I think right now, they realize there's no fans. There's no one there to cheer or boo. So why not just do that spaghetti thing where we're gonna throw it against the wall and then see what sticks? You can check
Yeah.
with Raw. We getting
So,
Garza,
like,
we
when they did,
getting
Kane
Vega and her, little mix. They're trying new things. They're trying to see what happens. Right now, these guys can't get shit on. Daniel Loomis, former condition, might not getting a good reaction. They might be booing the creepy guy because we just don't understand. But right now, with no crowd, they're taking risks, they're taking chances, and at least I can respect that. At least, you know what I mean? They're thinking, like I said, outside the box.
Oh no, I can respect that too. It's just wow, it's weird.
Weird,
You know?
yeah.
It's like this
But why
is
not?
It's like,
If you're
wow,
gonna try
that's
something
weird
else
as fuck.
crazy,
Good.
do it
Just like
now.
Jose just said, it's almost like Team Hell No, where it's like it was Kane and Daniel Bryan. It was like
Yeah.
guy and flamboyant guy.
Yeah, but even they had to like argue and go through therapy and all this shit. These two just came together like they were peanut butter and jelly, and you're like, wait a minute.
But really, it's like peanut butter and Chinese food.
I think at the same time
Uh-huh.
shows the
I'm
difference
down.
of what WWE is trying to do and what they're failing at, where the wrestlers they had back then had a weird way of basically improving,
Mhm.
and these new wrestlers that they are training up have not mastered improv.
Yeah.
Mhm.
True.
They have to follow the script exactly. and
Yeah, they
don't know
just
how to-
follow. Yeah, they don't just grab the script and basically go, "How can I just sell this or
How
make
can I make it?
it
How can I make this me exactly? You got
Yeah.
it, dude. Yeah.
Yeah, because there are only a certain.
They're not
few-
allowed to make their gimmicks them. It's what they
Right.
tell them
They're
to say,
only-
what they tell them to
I
do,
was
and how
just
they
about
tell
to
them
say
to
that.
act.
There are
thing is-
only a certain few that were able to like look at what they were given and their gimmick and say, you know what, I'm going to change this a little bit. I'm going to switch this up. I'm going to make it more of my own. Like Jericho could do it. You know, Triple H could do it.
Well,
Taker
dude.
could do it. But you had to be at that like upper echelon to even think about
True.
changing something that the old man wrote for you, or else, "Oh, what the fuck is this? This is an
That's
attraction."
true. But you can. The same thing could be said about the Miz. The Miz is stuck in the same gimmick, and we did not like it. He was basically the Miz and blah blah blah, and he's basically doing the
The
same.
chick magnet.
The A-lister.
He's the A-lister. He's a yes man. But guess what? He's gotten to a point where he's gotten his beatings. He said yes, 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 and now he can do whatever he wants with that role.
yeah.
I just wish he'd be a true heel.
No one started.
I do miss heel Miz though.
Like, come on, Kane was the dentist.
No,
Yeah, we
no,
were
no,
talking-
no, no. Before that, he was Diesel.
He was Diesel.
He's
And
like,
then he was the dentist.
You have to.
Isaac Yankem.
Yeah,
That's who
Isaac.
it is.
You have to basically
I know. I said that on Thursday.
for him to finally be like, you know what? Fine. What can I do? You've basically been my clown for a while, and you know what? I respect that. How can I make this better? How can we sell this?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Right. I don't.
Philippe just said script versus freestyle really is showing the truly talented.
Yeah.
That's the
Agreed,
difference.
man.
But at the same
AEW
time,
gives them that leeway. They give them a little bit more freedom. So it just comes off fresher. You get that like cooler vibe. I don't know how to explain it, but you know what I mean? Like it just doesn't seem so old fashioned. Like I'm watching Raw,
Yeah.
even NXT. I feel like I'm watching like at my grandma's house. It's just so like produced and too like scripted. I'm not
And
a
the funny
fancy
thing is-
play where I
And
can't
generic.
touch anything.
Yeah, and you know
For
what?
AEW, like I want to fucking party with them. It's
but that's what I was
just-
just about to say. What Philippe is saying is basically the guys in AEW are just complete freestyle. It doesn't matter if they're
Yeah.
vets or if they're Pineapple Pete walking in the door getting shit on by Jericho. They're all just freestyling and coming up with their own shit on the fly as these shows go on. Whereas with WWE, everything that you see and hear and whatever else has been scripted before these guys even walk into the venue or the PC, as the case may be. And you see the difference. It's day and night. And you know,
The thing is-
I understand that might have worked at a point, but I'm not even sure that it did, because even in the Attitude Era, the heyday of WWE, where they were beating WCW and ECW and all of them, they didn't do this. They gave wrestlers freedom. Like, here's bullet points of what we want you to say. Now take that and make it your own. Because you heard Dustin Rhodes talk about that at Talk is Jericho, and he would tell other wrestlers, this is what you need to do. Take what they give you, use bullet points, and then make it your own so it feels genuine. They don't do that anymore. And when they
Well,
did, they were
I was
on
gonna-
top. Now they do. Now it's all they do. And
I was gonna say
eh,
that if this is how WWE wants to do it, like say they're doing the Boneyard match, they're doing all these. You know what?
Cinematic
You know what? Snatch up the right to Lucha Underground. If you want to do
mhm.
something like this where it's a script, you want to be cinematic, you don't want your wrestlers to go off script, and you want them to be the character that you want them to be,
Yeah, Lucha Underground.
talk to people from Lucha
Yeah.
Underground. Because
no, they did
a
it.
soap
Did
opera.
really well.
Yeah,
did
they
a great
really
soap
did.
opera.
Yeah,
They did an over-the-top, like, amazing cinematic soap opera. It was wonderful. Shout out to, like, Robert Rodriguez and Mark Burnett and everybody involved in that show.
You know what? A little bit of full disclosure. At the temple, Robert Rodriguez himself was there filming with the camera, getting his own shot.
Wow.
He was there. Danny Trejo was there. They were all in on this product. That's why I don't get how it failed. But anyway, that's a podcast
really-
for a different day.
That's a whole other beast.
I think
Honestly,
it was
though-
I think it was investments. At the end of the day, it was investments.
Yeah, I was gonna say with Lucha Underground, it never really failed. It was more of the fact that the
The
network
network.
wasn't very accessible.
El Rey,
And then-
yeah, you know,
Right,
And
network.
then the people
Yeah.
behind the show continuously cut the budget and sent their wrestlers home for like 6 months and said,
yeah.
okay, you can go to the indies, do whatever you want, but you have to be
Shorter,
back
shorter.
in 6 months. And why not just
problem-
continue,
The problem with
recording as even after the season is over, instead of letting these guys go out into the indies, maybe get signed somewhere else, maybe lose them, and then have to turn around and explain why one of your biggest talents is now in an Impact ring. You know what I mean?
the problem with the El Rey network is that they didn't bother getting any other shows programming. It was all like Freddy Krueger Friday.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. It was a lot of hard.
It was
Like the Kaiju
It was
Thursday.
spaghetti westerns, kung fu movies.
Yeah.
I get
As
that.
much
Nothing
as
against
I
Kung
like
Fu,
El
though.
Rey, El
but
Rey reminded me of USA back in the 90s.
Yeah.
I love. Yes, I
Like
do love
it
me
was
a
like-
good kung fu movie though. Shout out to Robert who had commented
But, like,
here. We talked
in
about
the
that.
90s,
at
USA
length.
was that
It
channel.
wasn't going to bring in a new audience. It wasn't.
Right, but
it
the
wasn't
biggest
bringing in
problem
that new
was-
demographic.
The biggest
When
problem
your movies
was.
are from the 80s, you're not going to get new people. And that's
Oh
the
no, I hear
problem.
you. But the bigger
And the thing
problem.
is that
The bigger problem at the same time was that El Rey was not just easily accept, like you get cable, you get El Rey.
Yeah.
No, you got to get another special package
I
on
paid
top
a
of
lot
whatever
for
the
that.
fuck else you
I
have,
paid a
and you
lot
got to
for
pay
it.
a lot of money. And there were a lot of people that were like, for one show
For
or
what?
for just
Yeah.
Lucha Underground, nah, fuck
Yeah.
that. I'll wait for it to come out on YouTube or something. And they wouldn't do it, and so they'd
The thing
lose
is-
money. Then they had to cut their budgets, and then Lucha Underground suffered from that. And it eventually became their downfall. But the show itself didn't fail. It was doing great. The ratings,
It was
even
awesome.
with that, were off the charts. They were
I
getting
wish
more
Netflix
viewers
would've
now than like NXT was back then. And they were on a small network that you couldn't get to. So they didn't fail. It was more just, oh shit, we're stuck in this spot where we can only get to so many people and we can only spend so much. And now we don't have the money to put it on, so we got to basically stop.
yeah. But
I still
Lucha
hope-
Underground, they proved that the cinematic version of a match, segment, a promo, Katrina like flew off a cliff and died. Her soul came out of stone, and we saw a Luchasaurus head chopped off. And it was amazing.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
problem with WWE is WWE trying to take the cinematic we saw with the Boneyard. That one, it worked. It wasn't
Yeah.
horrible. With Money in the Bank, they're like, Vince McMahon felt the need to get, hey,
Well, that's what I mean.
I got these stupid jokes, this horrible comedy.
Outside-
Brother Love in the
Watch
bathroom.
That was
running
really
around.
awkward. I was like, oh, ew.
No,
Johnny,
that was
It was
ew.
like, it could have been
Brother Love was the
cinematic.
weirdest one.
action.
He came out. He's like, "I love you," and he's like, "I love you too." I'm like, "Not the
But
place."
I gotta go.
Not the
place.
time. Not the time at all.
I mean,
Like, I don't know
mean,
if it'll
we
ever
were-
happen, but
there was
if
a
like
time when we
Brucey and
called-
I are at a urinal, I'm never going to turn around and be like, I love you, man.
I'm so glad I didn't watch that.
Never. But there was a time when we thought Money in the Bank, we were considering that one of the top 4 pay-per-views. We were like, WrestleMania, Money in the Bank, SummerSlam. These are what we look forward to. And this is what they gave us? Bruce Pritchard. How about People Power in a pie in a
Oh, God, yes.
pie, Paul Heyman in front of a thing.
Although AJ's PTSD,
No.
AJ's like PTSD in the
With the
Undertaker's
PTSD.
room, that was fucking
Yeah.
hilarious.
For no payoff. For zero
For no payoff.
No
But
payoff
nothing.
whatsoever.
Yeah,
No payoff.
but it was
When
still
the
Go
funny.
in there and walk
Went
right
into
out.
Vinnie Mac's office.
They had an
Oh, Vince's
opportunity.
office. Yeah, that was funny as hell.
Yeah.
They had an opportunity to make this the best Money in the Bank ladder match that they've ever put on. They had that. They
dropped
could
that
have.
ball hard.
They
could've.
still could have done cinematic. They still could have done it that way. But they had the opportunity to make this the absolute best Money in the Bank ladder match.
I mentioned this maybe an episode or so ago. By the way, go to YouTube, check us out, subscribe, click the like, thumbs up. But I mentioned that Daredevil episode on Netflix with the
Fox 10
staircase that they're fighting. You can film stuff in a
You
stairwell.
could have had a hell
Action
of
in
an
an elevator.
old boy
You could have
moment.
seen the closed caption, black and white footage of the elevator of them fighting with no sound. They could have done so much, but instead we had shitty after shitty appearance from people that we didn't care about. It was
I'm
like
sorry.
Point the clown out of bushes. Come on, what was that?
I'm sorry. I'm getting another notification from the Raw general manager.
You know what they
And
did?
I read.
when Plastic Knees and Black got thrown off his roof,
They should not
Why
have
do
come
you
back
guys
Monday.
hate?
they could have
Past his prime.
they could have actually bent into Black's whole like coming out of a coffin more. Like
You're like popping
Yeah.
up.
Dude,
like you
listen,
just-
Go to
you
the
basically-
dark side.
he got
yeah.
thrown off the roof. He could have been the next Dead Man. Like
Yeah.
how
should've-
awesome.
He should have cut. He should have been cutting promos inside of a coffin and shit.
And by the way,
But
Where am I? Am I dead? You don't know. Black smoke.
Yeah, that would have been awesome.
Yeah,
by the
and-
way, has anybody ever had a shittier few days in wrestling than like Rey Mysterio ever?
and
Like
then
he
Rey
gets thrown
Mysterio-
off a roof, then he
I
comes
agree.
back, he's okay.
Eyeball.
Then he gets his eyeball gouged out on a ring step.
dude,
Not
To-
24 hours later.
Also,
to play-
Wait, Bruce has got something to say. What, Brucey?
to play off what Jose was saying, you know, about him coming up like he did in NXT,
Yeah.
dude, how sweet.
Raw too.
No, on Money in the Bank, he gets thrown off the roof.
That's what he was saying.
But listen, he has
Hold
a
on.
platform. He has a platform
Oh,
on
he
the roof
rises
during the
up?
match, and
Yeah,
then
you
he
see the
rises
smoke.
up during the
oh no,
match.
he
You
could
see
be
him-
he could be
That would have
that
been sick.
he could be the next Gangrel.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
but
Like a
way better.
Him coming out
way,
with the
way,
fire.
way
Yeah,
better.
much
Better
better
than
shape
Gangrel.
too.
Dude, I had donuts tell me that Black is friggin' horrible. On a totally different Facebook
What?
page, he said Otis deserved the briefcase over Black because Black has the charisma of a tissue.
What are you talking about? Black is awesome.
Hold on.
Those were those messages that I was showing you guys.
I
in
think
the
we
message.
all I think we all need to
You
take
not see the
we all
flip,
need to take
the
a
subtle
small
flip, the kicks he gives in those rings.
we all need to
Come
take a small moment and do maybe reincarnate the Britt Baker challenge because what? How the fuck how do you say he has the charisma of a what tissue paper
Of a tissue.
of a
And he
tissue?
said
It's-
the
okay, it's-
Dream Black
donuts.
match at Takeover. He said Dream carried that match and made Aleister Black look good.
Tell him, hey,
What?
tell him,
This guy
tell
has
him he better get that tissue.
Wait a
and
minute.
He's been using it for the wrong
Wait a
reason.
minute, guys. Let me look. All right, that's the answer, right?
We went to
That's the answer.
Yeah.
Survey
We saw Dream
says
versus Black
At a house show.
at a house show.
strike one.
Here in DC at the Anthem. Shout out to the Anthem.
And
And Black
Black?
fucking. That was a great.
I'm
ass
sorry.
match.
Yeah, no. I was watching. I'm like, yes.
Has he never seen Tommy End? Before he was Aleister Black, the guy can go.
The
The
guy
guy, you
can't
don't
go.
need.
He can go
You
now.
honestly, with the talent and the fucking pedigree as a kickboxer that he has, with the look, the stoic, scary dude. If you saw that guy walking in a dark alley, I turn around. I got tattoos, but fuck that, I'm walking another
Yeah,
way.
no.
With that kind of look, you
You
don't.
always hear me. You hear
I
somebody bring
You know,
something
I
up.
would
and
love to see a
usually-
match with. I want Black and bro
Matt Riddle.
Matt Riddle
I'm looking.
go at
So-
in the match. Like actually, just let them. Or you know what? Shinsuke Nakamura. He's actually a
Oh,
MMA fighter.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
So here,
actually fight. Like actually
here's the
do their work, not this stupid
Black,
gimmick that you want Shinsuke to do. Shinsuke,
Right.
exactly.
but he actually knows how to go in the ring.
At least,
About him in New Japan.
at
So
least
look-
Raw proved my point that like Asuka
Look,
and
Bruce.
Shinsuke can speak perfect English, but
Oh.
they have to sit here and give you this bullshit on
Dude, by the
WWE
way-
TV because
by the
that's
way,
what they're
I-
about.
I'm an Asuka stan, and I like her gimmick. I like the fact.
Oh, I
that
love
we
it.
get to- I like the fact that it gives us a little racist. Like the people that boo every time she's speaking Japanese. I'm like, she's just a pixie dragon living her best life.
She really is.
Right?
Yeah.
You're over here
And she's
just mad 'cause you
probably-
can't understand her.
And she's
Hey,
probably
she's
telling like
one hell of a
fanboys to go
dancer,
fuck
too,
themselves, and we don't
fucking-
know.